Hey guys, Tina here, and welcome to another reading vlog. Today is the beginning of the final Biannual Bibliothon, and I decided that I was gonna vlog my experience. I'm really excited about it. I have high hopes, but not really, of reading, all the books. Although I'm realistically know that's not gonna happen. And today it's right now it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm only just now I found the time to start reading because I was filming today. I was then editing the videos and uploading them and all that, and there was some other stuff happening, so I couldn't do any reading so far, but now I'm finally able to sit down and just enjoy books, and I will be actually tackling two. The first one is actually Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, which is a book that was definitely not on my official TBR, but since I have been listening to it for a few days before this readathon started, I decided that I'm just going to continue with it. I guess it's sort of cheating, but I really do not want to put it down for next week or so because I don't know, I just don't like doing that. And so basically I'll be using it to replace another book that that I used for two of the challenges, and that was Dale Lucas's First Watch, actually, the book that this one is replacing, and that one stood for the challenge of read something that you like, whatever you want, and also for a book by an author that you've never read before. So this one is that it fits both of those challenges, so I'm really happy that I can use it, and I'm going to be listening to that, and I will also be reading an ebook that is Chris Wooding's The Amber Blade. I received it as an ARC last year, so it's long overdue because it obviously came out last year, and I'm finally tackling it. And it's a fantasy book. It's like 800 pages, so I will be shocked if I get to read anything else besides this one, like in a physical format. I'm gonna be shocked. But yeah, this is a fantasy book, and I have no clue what it's about, but it's for the challenges of a book that you were really excited to read but never got around to doing that, and this is one of those. And also for a beautiful cover, I will insert a picture here, obviously, so you can see that. And I really want to try it and see whether or not I like it and what it's even about. I can't even remember. So yeah. So basically that's the plan for my evening. And yeah, hopefully I'll just have a good time and enjoy reading and listening to these two books and make some progress, because that would be nice. Because I already know that on Saturday I will probably not be listening to anything or reading anything because I will be basically absent. I will not be at home the whole day, and I will be driving all day basically, so I will not be able to read anything, and I will be tired also. So anyways, that's basically the plan for right now, and fingers crossed I make some progress. So today is, what is it, Friday, and it's day 2 of Biannual Bibliothon, and I'm in my favorite chair sitting on the balcony because it's really nice right now out here. It's early in the morning and it's not hot, there's sun, and it's just beautiful, and you can hear all the birds chirping, and I love it. Anyways, I made some progress with Sorcery of Thorns. I'm like a third through, I think, and I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it. Things are starting to happen. This is a book about a girl who lived in this great library. She was an orphan, and they sort of adopted her, and she lived there, and she took care of the grimoires. And obviously these are sorcery books, and they're quite dangerous. They can turn into monsters and such, and that's exactly what happens one day, and the director of the library is killed, and she becomes the main suspect for a while. And this sorcerer, who she deems them as bad, comes to get her, and he's supposed to take her to somewhere anyways. And then okay, I'm doing a really bad synopsis of this. Anyways, there's also demons, and so sorcerers use demons sort of, I think, to to enhance their power and things like that. So yeah, I'm, as I said, liking it so far. She's quite independent. The main character, Elizabeth, she's quite independent and strong-willed and smart. I like her. So I listened to that. Yesterday I tried reading some of the Ember Blade by Chris Wooding, and I'm not sure whether or not. Oh, it's definitely not a good choice for readathon because it's, as I said, it's over 800 pages. So I'm not sure whether or not, in that regard, I'm gonna continue reading it or I might switch it for another book. But it's also classic fantasy and it's slow. At least the beginning is very slow. So I read the reviews and they're all raving. They're great. So I will definitely want to get to it. But maybe not during this readathon. So I might switch it up because I'm using it for, what challenges did I say? Book that I'm excited for and beautiful cover. I might switch it up for The Cooking Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. That one has a gorgeous cover as well. And also I was really looking forward to it after the Raven Cycle ended. So I might actually give that one a go. Well, I'll see. I'll see. Right now I have decided to pick up the binding and try to delve a bit further into this one, and I think that's what I'll try to do anyways, and I will update you as to how that's going. Today is Monday, so I missed 2 days of updating. Basically on Saturday I had nothing to update you with because I was in Germany. We actually drove to Germany and back in the same day because we went to check on a little puppy that I will be getting next month. And I'm really looking forward to that. So reading was not important that day at all. I'm just so happy. It's been a year since my last dog passed away, and ever since I've been looking for another litter, but I just didn't find them anywhere nearer, basically. So now I am very happy that this is happening, and I cannot imagine my life without a dog, honestly. So fingers crossed everything is going to be okay, and next month I will be introducing you to her, or her to you. Anyway, so yeah, yesterday I did a little bit of reading. I actually am currently reading The Binding by Bridget Collins, and I'm really sort of enjoying it. It's a slow beginning, and things are finally starting to pick up, and we're getting a little more information about what is actually going on and what is happening in this book. So I'm really liking that. So that's basically what I'll be focusing on today as well. I might listen to a bit of Sorcery of Thorns. It would be nice to make some progress there as well. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I don't think that this readathon is going to be all that successful, all in all. Hopefully I will be able to finish these 2 books and another one, but who knows. But anyways, I also received a package, and it's this huge beast, and I already know, sorry, I'm not good at holding my camera so you can see well. Anyways, I'm really excited with this one. I already know what is inside because I read the first book in the series last month, and I immediately ordered the sequel. So if you watched my previous vlog or wrap up, I'm not sure what, both maybe, you will already know what I'm expecting. Oh, what a beautiful bookmark. When it comes to reading, I do it by the book. Exactly. Look at it, it's so gorgeous. Book Depository really has some gorgeous bookmarks. And oh wow, this is even bigger than the first one, and it's The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I really liked City of Brass last month, so obviously I wanted to explore this one as well. Let's see if it's beautiful. Well, it's nothing special, naked. But yeah, wow. This is huge. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna like it. So yeah, but not until next month, I think. There's also the reading rush coming up, so I'll have a full TBR for that, and I will not be able to read this one until August. Wow. Time is sure flying, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So that's for an update right now. I will be probably updating you throughout the day as my reading progresses, hopefully. And yeah. So it's Tuesday, and I clearly have not updated you yesterday as to how my reading progress is going. So I'll do that right now. I managed to read a bit more of the binding, so I'm basically like a third through right now. And some events happened that I sort of lost interest in the story for right now, which is not good. I mean, just in general, the story is really slow, and you sort of pick up information here and there, and we finally at least got some information. Now this thing happened, and I'm just not sure whether or not I like the direction. Well, actually, I'm not sure in which direction this is going to go. So, I will definitely try to push through because I check the reviews and people seem to really enjoy it. So hopefully that's going to change for me as well again, because I would love to love this book. I'm really going to be disappointed if I don't care for it at the end. But yeah, so my plan for today is obviously to get a bit more reading done with this book, and hopefully I will have something more positive to update you with next time I film again. So it's still Tuesday, and I managed to finish a couple more chapters, and finally I feel like things are maybe picking up again, and maybe this is gonna be okay. There was finally this point in the story where that I already read about in the synopsis or the blurb or whatever. So things are gonna be more interesting from now on, hopefully, or maybe not. We shall see. But I'm again more optimistic. So I am once again situated on my balcony and enjoying the view, as you just saw probably if I inserted the clip. Obviously, it's a beautiful day. There's a slight breeze, and I'm again picking up the binding. I have been reading part 2 today, and I have to say things are picking up, and I really like this part. I'm also sort of scared because I believe that at the end of part 2 I will be sort of not happy at how it ends, and potentially I'm scared of how the story continues. Just my feeling. So fingers crossed it doesn't happen, and then the rest of the story is going to be as engaging as this part has been, because I'm really liking it. That would be spoilers. We get to learn something about Emmett's past. Emmett is the main protagonist, if I have not mentioned that. So he's the apprentice to the binder, and things have changed for him in a little while, and now we are learning something about his past. And yeah, I'm really liking it. So this is sort of cryptic, but I really do not want to spoil the book. So yeah, I'll see, as the story progresses, whether or not I will be able to tell you more. But right now I'm enjoying it, which is fantastic. I finished reading the binding. I have to say that the last half of the book, I just flew through it. It was a really fast read, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a book that went in a direction that I expected. Actually, honestly, I didn't know what to expect from the synopsis. I just not the way it went. Definitely not in that way, and I ended up really liking it. I'm not sure exactly how many stars I will give it. I'll have to think about that for a bit, but yeah. Anyways, just to wrap it up, this is a story about a boy who lives in a farm, and he has just gone through this sickness, and he's really weak, and he doesn't feel that he's really doing his bit at the farm, and he's frustrated by that. And then one day a letter comes for him, and a book binder is looking for an apprentice, and that is quite a shock for him, because he has been taught basically that books are bad, that book binding is bad, because that actually entails people giving their memories to the binder, and then the binder binding them in a book. And once that is done, you basically forget that part of your life, and it's frowned upon for the most part, at least by a lot of people. And so he's really not excited about that, but he doesn't have any other options, so he goes. And the story picks up from there. The beginning is really slow, and you have to give it a good 200 pages, I think, before it picks up. At least for me, it was until part 2, I think, when things started progressing, and I really ended up enjoying the book. We basically follow 2 characters. It's a dual perspective, although we get to read from the second one only in part 3. And I don't know, I guess these binding memories, it's interesting. It reminds me sort of that Adam Silvera book, More Happened Than Not, I think, where people were, isn't that something similar? I could be wrong because I have forgotten what exactly the book is about, but I feel like it's something similar. When you give up your memories in hopes of being happy. And it's just, I don't know, I guess my opinion, I don't think has changed since then. I think that's basically chickening out. Yes, even bad experiences, I can see why you would want to give them up, but that's like giving part of yourself up, and who are you then? I don't know. It feels like coughing out, like taking the easy way out. And I do understand that sometimes that is very tempting, and it would be tempting. I honestly have not had many experiences, or any for that matter, that I would want to give up. But I can see that some people have, and yeah, so right now I can say that I would not approve of doing this, but you know, you never know until you're in this situation for that to happen. So actually, this is a book that has, now that I have concluded it, made sure that I also finished 2 challenges, and the first one was let me see. The first one is read an adult genre book, and the second was to read a 5-star prediction, which, you know, this will not be 5 stars, despite how much I liked it. I very rarely give out 5 stars, which is why I've never made a video about my 5-star predictions, because I do not give them out lightly. And yeah, but I think it will be 4 stars, something like that. So it's a solid read. I do recommend it a lot. So that's at least 2 challenges done. And now I'm also listening to the Sorcery of Thorns. Hopefully I'll finish that one, because lately I'm not really good with listening to audiobooks, because I tend to fall asleep while doing that. So if I'm not doing anything else, if I'm just like, you know, procrastinating and listening to the book, I will fall asleep. So now as you know, for physical book, I will pick up All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a change to my TBR, and it's gonna fulfill, if I finish it, it's gonna fulfill, let me see, wait, that's not the right TBR. It's gonna fulfill read a book, a challenge to read a book based on the cover, which this one is gorgeous, and also to read a book that you were excited for but haven't had the time to pick it up yet. And this definitely fulfills those 2 challenges, you know, if I manage to get through it. Prior to this, I had planned to read Chris Wooding's The Ember Blade, but that was actually an epic fantasy, so I'll need a little more time for that one. But this one is like 300 pages, so it should be doable. I also just realized I also have a few other challenges that I was supposed to fulfill, but maybe, I don't know. But yeah, fingers crossed. I managed to, I don't know, listen to some other books, but doubtful maybe. Oh, maybe. I don't know, but anyways, if I finish 3 books, I'm going to be very happy. So yeah, so I think that's it for today, and hopefully tomorrow I will be able to update you with some more reading progress. So today's Thursday, and I just finished the second book for the final Biannual Bibliothon, which is not great since the readathon is ending tomorrow. But today I managed to finish The Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I listened to this book. It's quite hyped right now, and I can see why. It's really enjoyable. It's about this girl who is an orphan, and she was raised in this library where they keep grimoires, so basically these magical books that do sometimes come to life and become monsters, so they have to be protected and looked after. And she's there, and then one night something happens, and she's accused of a crime that she did not commit, and From there, things start to progress. She's forced to start working with a sorcerer, and she believes, as most people do, that sorcerers are bad. They're connected to demons, and yeah. Anyways, of course, she sort of changes her opinion about that, and things continue from there on. I did enjoy it. I liked her character. She was spunky and inventive and very daring. And there's also this character of a demon called Silas, yes, that I really liked. Such a fun character, anyways. And it was an enjoyable book. Maybe I don't know whether it was predictable. I mean, sort of in the direction that it went, it was maybe sort of predictable. But all in all, I did enjoy. This is my first Margaret Rogerson book, and I can see why people like it. I'm probably not gonna tackle the Enchantment of Ravens anytime soon, but still, as an option, it is out there. So since this is basically almost the last day of the readathon, I sort of wanted to give another book a go, and that is All the Cricket Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. This would fulfill 2 challenges if I managed to read it, but I tried 1 chapter and I had to put it down. I'm not feeling it right now. It's so flowery, and like, what the hell what is she trying to tell me? So, I'm just not in the mood for it. So sadly, this might either be a DNF, a complete DNF, and I get rid of it, or maybe not. Throughout the weekend, I will try to give it, another couple of chapters. I'm gonna give it a try and see whether or not things improve. If I'm in a different mood, if things are gonna be different. But right now, putting this down, as much as I would like to love it, because I loved her Raven Cycle. But then again, I didn't like Shiver that much. I thought it was pretty average, and I've never actually read anything else by her. And I was really looking forward to this one, but it ain't for me, at least not right now. So I'm not sure if I should pick something else up. I will be listening to Aurora Rising, which is the group book, but also I do not expect to finish it by tomorrow, late tomorrow. So that's not going to happen, but I will listen to it throughout the weekend and probably finish it, hopefully. So, it's going to be sort of part of the readathon, but also not really, except, which cheating. So, yeah, not sure what I'm going to do. If I read anything more, I will definitely update you about that. But so far, I think I'm just going to take a break from reading and do something else, basically. So today's Friday, and it's the last day of the final Biannual Bibliothon, and I think I'm just gonna wrap this thing up, even though there's still most of the day left. But honestly, not much is going to change during the day. I am still listening to Aurora Rising, and I will not be done with it because I basically just started it. So clearly, I'm not gonna fulfill the challenge of reading the group book. But aside from that, I managed to finish 2 books, which will help me fulfill 4 challenges, which is okay, given there's 9 challenges, and I was not even planning to read a graphic novel, which was one of the challenges. So I'm sort of like halfway through, and I was doubling up as it is. So the first book that I finished was The Binding, which was an interesting read, because at first I didn't really care for it, then I really liked it, and I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. Again, I would not say that it's like really special, but it was good, and I do recommend it. And this helped me fulfill 2 challenges. The first one is to read an adult genre book, which this is, even though the story, if the characters were slightly younger, I think it could be well considered a young adult book. And then it also helped me fulfill a challenge of reading a predicted 5-star read, which this didn't end up being, but I was not surprised by that, because I really do not give 5 stars lightly. I haven't given any 5 stars this year at all, so I'm picky. But yeah, it was a solid 4 stars, and I really enjoyed it. The other book that I read or listened to was Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and this is a book that I didn't even know about until a few months back when people started raving about it, and I ended up picking it up on Script, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's a YA book full of adventure, and shenanigans. It's nice. I liked it. And it helped me fulfill another two challenges, and that is read any book you want, which this was, and then also to read a book from an author that you've never read before, which this also was, because I didn't read The Enchantment of Ravens. Maybe I will one day, but I don't feel the need to do that. So yeah. So basically that's it for this week. It was a fun readathon. Now I have to take a little break before I jumped into the next one. And yeah, anyways, if you watch this mess, thank you for that. And do let me know down in the comments how your readathon went, and how many books or challenges did you manage to read or fulfill, or whatever. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.